Hey everybody, welcome back to the barbecue pad. As you can see behind me, we've got the Lonestar Grillz offset smoker getting fired up, ready to go. I got some meat that I want to put on this guy just in a little bit. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be smoking a chuck roast, low and slow, brisket style. This is a more affordable, cheaper cut of meat that you can buy at the grocery store that usually doesn't cost near as much as a full brisket. It's a delicious cut of meat. You know, traditionally you would do it in a slow cooker, but they actually work really well in the smoker as well. So I got a 3-pounder over here. I'll show it to you. A lot of people consider this like a poor man's brisket. I mean, call it whatever you want. It's a nice cut of beef that's going to be delicious, cooked low and slow over here on the Lonestar grill. I'm also going to throw a whole chicken on there as well. I'm just doing that because, you know, once you have this big smoker going, it's nice to be able to cook more than just one thing on there. And I'm doing the chicken for my mom and Fernando per request. She loves to use the smoked chicken for making things like chicken salad and put it in. She's got a cabbage soup that she makes every week. It's a low carb meal. And she asked me if I would cook her some smoked chicken. So that's what we're going to be doing today. All right. Here's a shot at our 3-pound chuck roast. Picked this up from Publix this morning, and we've got it salt and peppered. Well, it's actually seasoned with SPG. It's the same rub that I use for all of my steaks. Makes an excellent rub there. So just mix together some SPG, and we are ready to throw it on the smoker here. We've got our Lonestar running. Right now it's around 260, 265, so it's getting real close to that 275 target temp that we want to cook at. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put our chuck roast on here. I am going to be running one of my meat probes on this cook just so I can monitor the temperature as we get this chuck roast cooked in here. All right, so there is our nice chuck roast, and we're going to put it right about here so that I can kind of easily access it. We're going to take our probe. That thing is pretty hot, so let me grab my towel here. I want to go about in the middle there. About like so. And then this is the guy right here, the Thermacue 2, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that guy on. All right, we got a target set on there at 205, and it's going to be adjusting down to the internal temp of where we're at right now. Should be right around 35, 36 degrees maybe. All right, so we're going to close her up, let her start smoking, and I'll monitor that. We've got to do our fire management. I'll give you a peek at the fire going right there. All right, I'll bring you guys back with some updates. All right, fire management on a offset smoker or any type of wood-fired smoker is probably the biggest challenging to getting things right. It's something that I enjoy the craft of it, and I enjoy continuing to learn, because every time you do a cook, you're learning from your previous cook. Things that you did wrong or something that you did that actually worked better than the last time. You're experimenting with things that work and don't work. You know, you see the things that you're failing with. So if, for instance, you know, my smoker here, I was ready for some more fuel, some more piece of wood, because the pieces in there were getting ready to burn down, and I want to continue having the fire rolling, because if you let it burn down too much and then you put a log on there, it takes a little while to get that log burned up and get it back to the right temp that you want. So in order to help maintain the intense heat that all this is putting off right here, just keep your fire door open so that all that heat is not going through your smoke chamber. If you come over here, you can see we're still running right at 275, and this one's just a little bit lower. This is always the cooler side right here. So once these get burned in well, then I can go ahead and close up the fire door here and then maintain it with the lower damper there. Here's our chicken that's going on. I'm doing it beer can style, but all I'm using is the rack there to hold it upright. And another little trick that I've talked about before, on the lower flaps usually has a bunch of fat. Sometimes they do. Usually they have big chunks of fat hanging off. I cut those, and then I've got those tucked right into the very top of the breast here, so that as it cooks, it helps render that natural chicken fat down through the meat. All right, we're gonna go ahead and open the lid. I don't have enough room to set it here and open this up, so I gotta open the lid first. I'm gonna grab the chicken behind us here. All right, let me see if I can set her down. About like that. I'm gonna slide it in back in this area right here. All right, and then let me go get my probe set up I'm gonna use. All right, we've got another probe here that we're gonna use. Get it right down in, try to get it right in the middle of the breast here. All right, there we go. There's our chicken ready. There's a good look at our chuck roast, and we've got it all monitored and ready to do our cook. We're a little over 2 hours into our cook. Just got a fresh log in there, trying to get it blazed up. Let's give it a look. That's looking nice. And so is our chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and take and let me show you. I'm gonna go ahead and grab I got a spritzer here. I'm just using water today. Just gonna kind of keep it spritzed and wet it down. Let's do an update on our fire management here. It's doing pretty good. A little over 275, 275, and 250 right here. So our chicken is right about there. We're at 153 on our chicken. The beef is at 157. Well, let's take another peek, and let me grab my spritz and get it ready. Looking pretty good. Chicken's about ready to pull on off there. I'm just gonna let it finish out though, get to 165. So a little bit longer to go on that. All right, we're gonna keep going. Smokestack is looking right here on the Lonestar. Got that perfect colored smoke coming out of the stack. Running 275, and our chicken, which is number one, it is right about there. Our beef is at 165. Let's see what our fire is looking like here. I guess I need to pick that up and put it back in there. That's doing good. Probably time for another log here pretty soon, actually. Let me get this cleaned up. So our chicken temperature is about to hit 165. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this thing off here. Just thought I would go ahead and show it to you and what we look like at our finished temp. Well, that beef is looking good and juicy, and then there's our chicken. Looks just right. So I'm gonna pull that probe out, pull it off the smoker now. That's our chicken timer. Telling us that we hit our 165. So we are 4 hours into our cook. We're at 171 internal. So at this point, what I want to do is go ahead and we're gonna wrap it up. So I'm gonna pull my cutting board over here with some aluminum foil, and we'll pull this guy down here, wrap it up, and then we'll stick it back up in there and then let it finish out to right around 200 degrees or so. Pull the probe out, take our roast. Set it right down on that foil like that. Give it a wrap. just about like so. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to set it back in here. Get the probe poked me there. All right. Seemed to be a good spot right in there. That was our coldest zone of the cook chamber here. And get back that. We're going to put the probe in there, and I'm just going to check my gauge here, make sure that we hit that same mark of 170 degrees. It looks like we're going to be good right about there. I'm going to go ahead and close her up and let it keep cooking. All right, our timer's going off. 205.5. It is time to pull this guy off the smoker. It is ready for the rest. I hope it turns out good. Go ahead and pull that probe out of there. It is ready to go. So we're going to take this guy inside. We're just going to let it rest for a while, and then I'll bring you back and show you how it slices and how it tastes. All right, guys, we're going to see if our poor man's brisket turned out to be any good or not. We've had it wrapped up for an hour and 5 minutes now. All I did was just wrap it in this extra towel, kept it in the foil, and it is still very hot. All right, so get rid of that. Go ahead and pull it out of the foil here. Look at all of the juice. Look at that. Looks like it's going to be nice and tender. It is still very hot. What I would like to do is see if I can get this guy onto the cutting board. There we go. A lot of good au jus right there. All right, let's see if we can, let's get us a slice of this cut off here and see how it looks. Oh, I think that's looking pretty good myself. And it's nice and tender too. That old hickory is cutting that mighty nice. It's got a real pretty smoke ring around it. Very juicy too. I'm gonna try this piece right here that came off. That is delicious. That tastes really good. Cut us another slice. Trying to get it so you guys can see that. What do you think? That's good. Well, this looks like it turned out pretty good. I got me a little crock of some of the au jus right there, and I want to give this a try. Just trying to give you guys a good look of how the meat came out. It's very tender, pulls apart really good. It's got a great flavor to it. Good smokiness for being cooked on the smoker. The rub on it, it's got that nice flavor on the outside. You can taste the salt and the pepper. This is a delicious roast right here. It really is. I know it's not brisket. I was just joking around about about it being a brisket, but this is a good alternative. If you don't want to purchase a brisket, you can get you a chuck roast just like this right here. I saw this. I went to Publix and I had picked one up that was actually a little smaller than that as far as the thickness goes. And I looked down and I saw this one. It was really thick. And I thought, I think I'd rather do this one right there. But It looks good. Got that real pretty smoke ring to it that everybody likes. Flavor's good. So give it a shot. Get you a chuck roast and you know, fire up your smoker, whatever kind of smoker you got, and do it like you would a brisket. You know, your salt, pepper, garlic rub on the outside, or just salt and pepper, whatever you like. And then shoot for that internal temp like you would barbecue brisket, you know, around 200 to 205, somewhere around there. And you'll have real tender beef roast to enjoy. This is good. I'm going to get back to enjoying my dinner. Abby is not here today, so I'm going to be enjoying this one by myself. But she'll be around for some more. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next video.